Yo, what's good, y'all? So it's chest day, and so we just started our cardio as well too. So I just had my first session on the track this morning. I did like 10 100-meter repeats, and then I was doing 20 reps of abs in between each rep. So I did a total of 200 reps of abs this morning, right? So we did that, and so now we're about to do a chest day. So we're not going to do a heavy barbell bench press. We're going to take this week as a relaxed week. Then next week we'll get back into a heavy barbell work to work our way up to 4 or 5. Today the focus is going to be dumbbells and cables. So to start off, we're going to be starting off with some cable flies. We're going to start with mid, and then we're going to go high to low, 3 sets each to pre-exhaust, and then we'll get into some flat bench press, incline dumbbell press as well too, and then we're going to finish off with some dips. So 4 movements, all right? Okay, so we're gonna keep that weight there at 80, and then we're gonna do 2 more sets of 20. And then we're gonna go high to low to kind of pre-exhaust the lower pecs a little bit. Because every once in a while, I like to do some dips or some high to low cable flies to give that lower chest a little bit of love, just once in a while. So that's what we're gonna do before we get into a flat dumbbell press, all right? Set 2 here, and with these sets, excuse me, goddamn. Okay, so set 2 here. And with these sets, what I'm really trying to focus on is at the top, is to really get a good squeeze out with these, all right? Whew. Whew. My chest is cramping already. I got 5 more. That was only 15. Whew. Okay. Damn. Ooh, that's super intense. The chest bump just from flies right now is unruly, bro. Let's see if we can get this fast. I'm gonna have to utilize the rest pause because I know after about 10 reps here on this last set, the cramping is gonna be too much. So I'm gonna need to take a second to get to 20, but we're gonna get there. Damn. Damn, bro. Whew. Okay. You guys also take into account my glycogen storage is completely not like low right now. There's nothing. Because my workout this morning, I was on the track for an hour and a half. So did a bunch of sprints and stuff like that. So did that fasted. Now 2 hours later, I'm doing this workout. That's also fasted. So literally, I'm running on E right now. So everything's gonna burn, and obviously I'm gonna fatigue significantly quicker. But we're gonna keep pushing through. All right, two more. Bam. Ah, that burns. I think we'll go high to low. We're only going to do 200 and move on to her. All right, guys, so because energy is limited today, instead of doing my high to low cable flies, I'm going to get into my dumbbell work now, and then I'll finish off those last little bit of cables after my dips with whatever I've got left in the tank, all right? So let's get to this dumbbell work right here. We're just using hundreds because, again, in my gym, you guys should already know it's all I got. So that's what we're doing. Man, ooh, that was tough. Okay. Just gonna do 2 more sets like that. Yeah, you guys are so accustomed to seeing me do like a lot of sets, but today is one of those days, given what I explained to you guys, where less is gonna be more, you know what I'm saying? So 2 more sets here, all right? And then we do incline work, and then, nope. Yeah, no. I don't have the energy to do my normal superset. So we're gonna do 1 more alternating, and then we're gonna go to regular flat incline and see if we can get 3 sets of 10 to 12 there. Last set here, and then we'll do incline. You guys are seeing a rare struggle here, but you can't overcome lack of sleep. I'm not, well, lack of sleep, because again, I was up at like 5 a.m. and then I tracked for about an hour and a half, so that's a lot. And I normally, so what I would have in between, guys, just in between track and my workout, normally what I would have in between is my dried mangoes, just to, re-up my glycogen stores a little bit before my workout. So I had a little bit of juice in the tank, but I forgot my dried mangoes at home. So now I'm just suffering through this workout. That's all I got. All right, so guys, so normally when I do my incline work, normally it's about this height or 1 lower. But I'm raising it up a little bit higher because I really, really want to bias the haircut of that top shelf of the chest, that pec minor. So I'm trying to increase that incline a little bit, right? So we can really emphasize that upper shelf of the chest right there. All right, so that's what we're doing right here with these. So raise that incline a little bit higher. It's just a random tip because this happens to me quite a bit because I'm very, genetically I'm very gifted in my traps. And so therefore, for that reason, my traps, they get tight quite frequently. And so for a lot of you guys, if you're dealing with that impingement in your shoulder on the front side, where you feel like it's extra tight, or you feel like when you're bench pressing, that you have a hard time keeping that shoulder blade glued to the bench, take a look at your traps, because more than likely, what happens if your traps are tight, what it does, it pulls that shoulder up and forward. So you have a hard time getting that back and shoulder blade in your scapula to sit down because the trap is so tight that it's yanking it and pulling it up. So it affects your ability to get adequate stability and retraction to keep your back glued to the bench so you can create a leverage to press. So what you will do, if that's you, grab a barbell and literally just roll your trap. So I'll show you guys, right? This is what you do. Over here, this is very, very, very painful. So if you have really tight traps, this is what you do. Because I know, telling from experience, it can affect your bench press significantly. So this is what you do. Grab a barbell. This is gonna hurt a lot, right? You basically grab a barbell right here and just allow that barbell to sink in there, right in that trap right there. Especially if you have someone that has a very developed trap, it will allow that shoulder blade to relax so you can get proper engagement and create more stability when you're bench pressing, right? So just grab the bar and just, ooh, it's very intense, trust me, right? So especially the first time you do it, right? Make sure, try not to get on your, try not to hit your collarbone there in the front, lean forward a little bit so you can really get the meaty part of the trap in the back. Like right there, I can feel my trap cracking, like that tightness and all that knot in there. So if that's you, yeah, I couldn't talk there because I hurt. So if that's you and your trap gets tight, use a barbell to kind of loosen that up. This is very intense, all right? So maybe get someone to assist you with it. But tight traps can significantly affect your bench press. So try it out. All right, that really helped relax my trap there. And especially, my trap's gonna be a little bit tight as well too, because when you do sprints, and when you do sprints, if you utilize your arms properly the way you're supposed to, when you're running back and forth, the trap is working like crazy as well too. So the sprints this morning definitely would have create a little bit more tightness in there as well too. All right, so. Man, 100-pound dumbbells, I've never felt so heavy. We're gonna do one more set though. Yeah, guys, this workout is, yeah, no, this is not, this ain't it, but we're here. We're still showing up. So you can squeeze out 10 on this last one. And then we could Then we're going to attempt to do some dips. So, honestly speaking, I don't have the energy to do dips. I'm very tired right now, and dips will be a little bit too, given that I'm already fatigued, dips will be a little bit too much stress on my joints right now, especially when I'm tired. So, and that's when you mess around and get hurt. So, I'm gonna stay away from the dips. We're gonna do 3 sets, 15 reps of high to low cable flies to try and hit that mid to lower chest a little bit, and then we'll call it a day. And today's one of those days where, again, more is less. And the biggest thing that for especially if you're like beginner to intermediate or even advanced, is that the goal is to try and improve every single week, each week, right? But understand that that's not always going to be a smooth path. And like last week, I had a good week, right? So naturally coming to this week, I want to continue to keep raising the bar. But unfortunately, that's not how the gym works. So all I'm trying to say is that on days like the way I'm feeling today, where it's just not there, it's about finding a way to tap in and give 100% of what I have today, right? Because 100% of what you have today will always be enough. You get what I'm saying? So let's not don't get caught up in trying to recreate what you did before. Like let's say last week was a good week, doesn't mean that this week is guaranteed to be a good week, but can you still keep that same level of motivation and give 100% of what you have, right? Let's say you only have 50% of what you had last week. With that 50% that you have this week, can you give 100%, right, off that 50%, if you guys get what I'm saying? You get what I mean? So that's what, I mean, for me, that's, I think, is kind of like the mindset I think a lot of you guys need to adapt in the gym, because sometimes you guys get discouraged when you go to a gym and you're not PRing every week, or your lift's not there, so you get discouraged, you cut your workout short, and so on and so forth. Keep pushing through, man. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Let's try and get these here. Is this too heavy? No, I don't think so. My chest feels demolished right now, but last set, gotta get at least 10. I can't wait to go home and get some food in me, bro. Oh my God. Oh, decent work, guys. It wasn't the smoothest, but we still got some good quality work in. Anyways, guys, that's it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, obviously. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for back day, all right?